Up, it's the time to motivate your mind. Come with me, let's make this moment brighter. Wake up with eyes. Wake up with the Bahamas and sunrise.
Mark Daniel filling in for Anastasia Palacios. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday indeed, Mark. So
Years, United States has represented itself as a superpower for a long time.
this is fireworks. Who's having fireworks?
Exactly, right? It's like, is it Halloween? Congratulations to you guys.
Emily Monroe, on behalf of Trinity, been a Sunday school teacher, a mentor, a friend, a father, of course, just an overall great guy. And certainly want to send out I.C.E.
Condo collapse. And also, we're going to have the Bahamas Olympic Committee. Thanks, Godfrey. Project ICE.
Theme meaning science, technology, engineering, art.
That sounds wonderful, especially how you emphasize both the individual and the collective skill sets that can be used to solve problems.
Context, beginning of this year in January, to help build out the programming and open up the door for younger artists and creatives to utilize the warehouse space. So programming, 6 months of opening the door for musicians, environmentalists, artists. So there were several creatives involved. There was Music Robinson, Bedbones and Beyond, The Steady Loft, and Spontaneous Decision, but thankfully it went very well.
Well, that sounded like that was a quick turnaround of a powerful event. You want to give us a summary of what happened during the showcase?
Future and celebrate the past and enjoy the present. So when guests came, they were greeted and welcomed into the ICE music in them, some of which had art installed in them. And these are all spaces that people take in the music, take in the atmosphere. And if they're interested, people also had the chance to purchase work, take in a nice environment, and hopefully leave very inspired.
Now, that sounds like it was
A little bit harder to have events. So the focus.
For a supporter that would like to contribute to Project ICE, how can they find out more information and get in contact? Very inspirational young man leading the creative army into the future, right?
Recover stronger. Bahamas first. What's first for you comes first for us.
Since 1967, Freeport are resilient. Focal, fueling.
Us2, that's TOO, is an international prostate cancer education and support group. The chairman of Us2 here in the Bahamas, it's your first time.
Good morning. It is my first time, yes, on your show.
So good to see you. So good to see you. So Us2 locally.
Well, we have 3 chapters in the Bahamas. There's one in Nassau, one in Grand Bahama, and one in Cat Island. In Nassau, was the first one to be formed, and that they have been was formed after I returned from abroad, living abroad as a prostate cancer survivor. The breast cancer group, she was a breast cancer survivor, and she actually suggested that we form, and we formed the chapter in Grand Bahama. And in 2010 and then 2011, we started our screen.
Very high prevalence rate here in our country, and being quite familiar with. Tell us a little bit about your journey.
Well, I had grown up in a family that was always in the cancer advocacy arena. Early detection is your best for doing the checks for your prostate, and I did that in Nassau. These annual checks, I was detected early on with early stages of prostate cancer. Wow. And they call Lee Clinic in Burlington, Massachusetts. And I am now
frightening when we start talking about cancer, given the impact that it's had on persons in this country and around the world. What are some of what do you think is probably the most important things that men in particular detect?
It is also easy to fix if detected early. And there are now myriad treatments as opposed to when I did my laparoscopic radical prostatectomy. I did that, detected very early, just burn out that tumor, and they don't have to remove the entire prostate. So the watchword is that 1 in 6 men will probably get sent when you see 80, 90-year-old men, when you include them into the scenario, you see. So the fact is that since the Caucasians and the Asians and the other ethnic groups, not only that, we're likely to have a more aggressive type of prostate cancer. Get it fixed if you are detected. Yeah. These are fairly easily attainable goals.
You do?
Yes. Now, my role in us too is early now, because our branding is phone numbers and my email, and I would give them our banking details. The branch in Nassau clinics in Grand Bahama without charging. There's no money, so we wanted to provide.
It's good. It's gloomy, but it's still bright because, you know, Hurricane Elsa had to get into our Independence Day, right?
Yeah, that's right. Independence Day. It's this weekend. It's been kind of low key. I haven't, seen, as many flags as you normally see on the car, however you want to call it, 48 years. Since.
But first, let's check in again with Godfrey Birdside on the weather.
And Bahamas, and yes, take a look at the weather, sunrise, the tropics, and we do have Tropical Storm Elsa at 5 hours southeast of Havana, Cuba, moving northwest. We have 14 moisture associated with Tropical Storm Elsa will affect portions of the northwest Bahamas. In particular, today, those winds southeasterly at 15-20 knots, seas 4 to 6 feet over the northwest Bahamas, east to south Bahamas, east to southeast at 15-20 knots, seas 4 to 6 feet over the central and southeastern islands. In say last quarter, the external look, you're going to keep some cloudiness. I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to you, Mark.
A 12-story beachfront condominium building in Surfside, Florida, collapsed. Being principal of Integrated Building Services. Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise. Firm degradation of reinforced concrete support structures in underground garage.
Sincere condolences to the family of persons who lost their lives in this tragic event. Take teams of engineers weeks or even months to finally hone in on what caused this. That cited some kinds of flaws in the waterproofing design around the pool. And when steel inside concrete corrodes, it swells. That swells some of the eyewitness reports of where the failure started.
In your areas of expertise, it's so important when it comes to building these structures and all that, this type of incident from happening.
Well, rightly so, be properly maintained, and your maintenance program, even annually, with special features such as this one, which had a suspended notice by the maintenance staff. There's no substitution for a well-planned regular maintenance program. The bill at the end of the day would not have been $9 million and eventually $15 million if they had
that's something, whether you have a car, whether it's your home, high-rise property such as this. And can upgrades be made over the years as building
engineer and not a structural engineer? But what I want all the time, we advise, we report, and is extremely salt water. And one thing that we may want engineers inspected by the building, some consideration for the recertification of buildings.
Thanks, Sonia, for that. And what you said is very important. That recommendations were given, but they were not followed. And here in the Bahamas, sometimes you can hear, that there's a complaint of we don't maintain. So yeah, we take your warning seriously. That when an engineer writes a report, it should be followed.
Well, and if someone is doing some work for you, they should be able to explain it to you. So that's one aspect of it, to kind of demystify the soil construction, and that is a terrible message. And what it has done is it's landed us at right now the skilled electricians, carpenters, even tile layers, it's hard work and perseverance. So we really need to change and rebrand the industry.
But there's so much work and there's a lot of talent, homegrown.
Students attend, teach. I believe you're going to get great presentations from Ministry of Education.
Thank you much.
Hardworking.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hold your head. Fox Hill Nursery, a large selection of garden supplies.
Back to Bahamas at sunrise. Corey Hepburn and I already started this interview. Mission, did I say that right? Chief de Mission for Team Bahamas coming up for the Tokyo Olympic fundraising. We'll talk more about that. But again, first of all, how
the two disciplines, aquatics and the athletics, they have, and we are expecting great things from those athletes.
Yeah, so you are the chief of mission, right? I was trying to do my best.
The responsibility of that entire squad to go prior to the team because I will participate in.
Yeah, that sounds like you will definitely have your hands full, probably the first to arrive and last to leave, right? Subgroup that has been aptly named.
Yes, that is actually initiatives.
Okay.
We have, during the 40th year of independence, we had honored the year before last, and we had, the guest speaker was the vice president from the University of extra $1. So we figured that if we try and contribute, if only a little, to say thank you.
But you know, if you add more dollars to it, you don't have to stretch as much the ones you have, right? So talk a little bit about spec to see online, etc.
Well, the auction it commenced the 27th and Tilly. That's a accounting firm. We want to say thank you to a number to bid on. We have we put up a section there for donations as well. Yeah, of Youth, Sports and Culture. So that is basically the partnership that auction Mr. Dorian Roach was actually responsible for. But
the Olympic Committee can also be found, I would imagine, on various social mediums as well. Would it,
young lady posted the silent auction, www.32auctions.com.
www.32auctions.com. All right, good. All right, definitely looking forward to that. But your for the Team Bahamas in Tokyo coming. All right, safe travels to you and the entire team. Thank you.
The world has been waging the war against COVID-19 for over a year now. In that time, much of it's time to take the fight a step further. With the COVID-19 vaccine now available, we encourage Bahamians to continue the fight and do on the COVID-19 vaccine. Visit www.doctorshosp.com.
To fueling growth and prosperity in the Bahamas. We have been a constant pillar within the country, striving to invest and support consistent growth, consistent customer service. Through it all, we are resilient. Focall, fueling growth.
For months, with little or no access to their customers. Until now, customers are already watching. Rev Media can help you to remain connected. Call us today. Let us help you.
Having me this morning. It's Marvelous Monday. It's a little wet, but Elsa has passed us, and now we're looking forward to
enough about him, man, because this is a big deal.
It is a big deal. You know, he's one of our own. You know, I think
because I've got this little thing where I kind of like pull for the winners. It's not, you know, selling out or anything like that. It's just that I don't like to lose. It's Independence Week. We're going to be 48 years old on July.